is none other than the fabulous Michaela Body. And she's the maker of the Est 1994 Candles by Michaela that we stock online. So I can see her there. Let's accept your request there.
Oh,
Hey! It
how are you?
worked. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Nice and
It's
warm now.
nice. How gorgeous is the weather today?
I
Oh
know,
my
I
gosh.
wasn't
I actually
expecting
like
that.
lay out.
I know, Jaden was outside shooting some hoops, so I just laid on the floor in the sun.
It was so beautiful. So
It was,
hopefully it's a sign of things to come because it's been way too cold for my liking recently.
yeah, no, I feel like spring's on the way.
Aww. Well, it's really lovely to see you.
I know, you too.
Considering, we've had to do COVID-friendly drop-offs where I haven't even opened the door. I'm looking at you on the camera.
Yeah, no, it's a bit like that with everyone at the moment here. Luckily, I can still drop off though.
I know. Thank God, and hopefully that doesn't change because then we'll be stuffed. But
Yeah.
so I thought I'd let people know a little bit about how we actually know each other because
Mhm.
it's quite interesting, I guess.
It
So
is, isn't it?
I know, super random. But so Michaela used to work for P&O Cruises, and my husband Nick was her manager. So they worked in the family assistance and care team for Carnival Australia and P&O, and went through some really challenging times together,
Yeah,
to
but
say
look,
the least.
it was also very rewarding, so.
Yes, very much so. Oh, Jess, my favorite ladies.
Oh,
Aww.
hi, Jess.
But that's how we know each other. So just to give people a bit of background who haven't read my Instagram posts, so you were basically pressed pause on when COVID hit because the cruise industry was paused. We don't use the term shut down because they're coming back, but
Yeah, coming back.
so the cruise industry was paused, which meant that well, my husband got made redundant, and you were paused along with hundreds of other staff members. And so, is that why you thought I'm just gonna start mucking around and just see if I can make some candles? How did that all
Yeah.
work?
So originally it wasn't really a business idea. It was I'm doing nothing at home in lockdown.
I'm bored.
No longer working from home either. I've been
I have
stripped
a
down.
suitably nautical cup too, actually. I just realised that.
I was like, I just need something to do,
Synergy.
and I got it. And yeah, just needed something to do, and then also was trying to save a lot of money at the same time,
Yeah.
going down from a full-time wage to only JobKeeper. And candles are something I've always liked to have, whether they're in the bathroom, the kitchen, the lounge room. When the house is clean, I like to light one. It just makes me feel
Yeah.
complete and everything.
Only when it's
Happy
clean?
and I try to keep my house clean, but no, not always. I'll be the first to admit it's never always clean.
If it's a dirty house, Michaela is not lighting a candle. It's like
I'll
not
make
going to
it
happen.
tidy. It won't be
Okay,
clean, but
good.
tidy.
Yeah.
But yeah, just didn't want to pay the $50 at the time to be enjoying those candles that I did. So I thought, why not spend some money and see if I can make multiple for a little bit cheaper. And
Yeah.
I did. There was a lot of playing around and just kept trying new scents, trying it. It took a long time to get perfect. But
Yeah, I
then
can
started giving them
imagine.
away to some friends for gifts, and then it kind of hit off from there. But
Well, it's not surprising because they're beautiful, and we'll talk more in depth about the candles a little later. But
yeah.
I'm interested to find out. Did you learn on YouTube? Did you Google? Like, how did you actually learn about the formulating and how much fragrance to put in and where to buy supplies and all that sort of thing?
So the first video I ever watched was on YouTube.
Yeah,
And then I did purchase from a local supplier that's close to me up in Dural. I did purchase a little make at home kit.
Yeah.
And that came with some clear instructions, but I found that they still weren't to my liking. So a little bit more research, more so on blogs of people who have started their own business in the same area. And then it's also a lot of playing around yourself, because depending on the candle size, the jar size, and also the different wax, it all has to be a different temperature. So I feel like you can't give someone straight instructions. They've kind of got to figure it out a little bit on their own. But just the basic assembly of the candles, all YouTube.
Yeah. But I guess, you know, that's the fun of it, mucking around and, you know, getting in there. And, you know, that's what I loved the most when I was learning about skincare. And I was actually making the cream from scratch back then, because I was clearly crazy. And you know, getting the temperature right, and make sure, and if you got it wrong, it would end up either a slab or gluggy or just water-like, and, you know, but it was fun.
It killed time and I enjoyed it. So I can't complain.
Well, that's the main thing. So can you share any kind of candle making failures that you experienced?
Yeah, soy wax is very hard. There's been a lot. So too hot, it bubbles and goes crusty on the top, and it's not pretty. Trust me, you don't want to see that. It can also go frosty if it's too cold. You can get holes in them. I've spilt a whole thing of... So I use these to melt my wax. And I've knocked these over multiple times because I'm just clumsy. Good thing about soy wax, you can clean it up with water for bench.
Well, I was going to say, like, that's a benefit, because we actually still haven't been able to get the wax off. There were these they were actually our wedding candles, like these votives that were really, you know, cheap, that I had lit up along the hallway on the windowsill, and I didn't realize that the container that they were in kind of has decorative holes on the side, and votive candles don't have a container, and so we've still got wax down the wall along the skirting, and I keep finding more. I'll remove it, and then it's like it magically reappears.
In all the places you don't want it to be.
I know, exactly. So soy wax is water soluble, is that so you can just...
just some hot water on the bench with a cloth and a little bit of elbow grease, and it's fine. It comes straight off. Brilliant.
Actually,
that a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's so much better than regular. I mean, there's so many things about soy wax that's better than regular wax. Perhaps you can tell us a few of the benefits, or why did you choose soy wax?
I think I chose soy wax at the time because it was also more of a luxurious title, I would call it.
Yeah.
However, there's also no nasties in the atmosphere when you're burning, which is, to me,
and we should actually say it's 100% natural soy wax. So there are a lot of candles out there that are soy. There's different degrees of soy. So if you are looking for the whole no nasties candle, then you look for 100% natural soy wax. It has to have all of that with it.
Yeah, that's one of the most important things. There's a lot of companies out there that do just, you know, half and half of different types of wax. But 100% soy is what you want to look for, and it's just so much healthier for us and the environment. So that's a major key that I wanted to state in my product as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And then, so fragrant oils, did you just kind of go, oh, I like the smell of this, or did you go into the showroom and have a smelling day?
No, I didn't, because we were in lockdown at that stage.
Of course. It started in lockdown. Oh my goodness. Lost track of time.
However, I know it's been a long time now, but I just picked a couple of scents that I didn't really have an idea of what they would be like at the time. So you got some samples, smelt them, played around with them. They were like my test ones, and then there was a couple that really hit the spot that I liked, that I sell now as my staples. But there's a couple of questionable scents out there, I can tell you that.
Oh, trust me, I just received a delivery, so I'm looking for, and I'm keen to actually get you to test these out as well. I really don't like the fact that the fragrance that we use in our hand and body soufflés is a synthetic fragrance. And the reason I brought it back brought them back because I wasn't going to was because everyone just loves them. So I found a supplier that does 100% natural fragrances using fruit extracts and essential oils and actual oils. And I can't wait to show you. So I got a whole range of them, and I think that our souffles are going to get a little bit of a natural facelift. So it'll be interesting to see how they react in the candles, because that'd be nice. Like, because that's the downfall with fragrances. But people love those yummy, real scrumptious, fragrances, and yours, they hit the spot. But it's so hard to find to make them natural.
I know. My favourite's the lychee and peony one, though.
That's my favourite.
It's the spot for me. I've got one here, and I'm just like...
Yeah, lychee and peony, and I do love this is a coconut and lime. I love the coconut and lime.
Yeah, it's got a good amount of coconut.
It is, and actually, what the coconut fragrance I got today is, I know what I want it to be, and I've gone around the world. I have had so many. I've got, as you know, I think you saw the box of all the fragrant oils I'm not using. I have gone around the world, and this coconut, it's getting close. I think that this is going to be our new coconut. Yeah, very much. Oh, there you go, Lauren. Coconut. Hi, Lauren. Coconut and lime is my go-to as well. It is. It's a good one, and it matches our body souffle, so that makes me even happier. So maybe we could go into some candle care. So we've got tips on the website when you do hit on the product page. But what are some of the things that you find really help your candle go down nice and flat? I made a mistake the other day. You're not going to be impressed with me, but some tips.
Oh, you have to tell me that later.
Yeah.
First tip I always tell people is to make sure that you trim your wig, because your candles usually come a little bit longer than what they are when you're meant to light them. So they will come, I'll show you here, a little bit longer. Oh, there we go, both got one. Like that. You want to trim them to be about 7 mil. So just under a centimetre.
So just a little bit off the top of...
A little bit.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. It just prevents it from mushrooming. So mushrooming of a wig, it kind of like splits on the end and goes a bit yucky. So yeah, that prevents that.
Awesome.
And then...
Oh no, you go. Sorry, I was just about to say lychee and peony is Alan Helen's favorite.
Yes.
Good choice as well. You're with us. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we're going to trim the wick when we first buy the candle. Now, how do we make sure that it... Oh, sorry. No, you go.
No, that's okay. So what I'll say, once you first light that candle, you got to make sure that the entire top of the candle is melted before you blow it out. This prevents any tunneling. So tunneling is if you light it just in here and it's only melted on a little bit on the inside of the candle, that will then continue to melt that wax only throughout the rest of your candle. You do have to make sure that the entire lot is melted prior to blowing it out or putting it on, whichever you like to do.
It's so true, and this is the rookie error I made the other day with the beautiful refill candle that you gave me, and I was sure I'd never blow it out. I'm going to blame Nick. Nick must have blown it out before it got to the end, because I never do it. It must be. I'm just going to blame him. I didn't do it. Jaden does it on the one. Oh, we've lost you a bit there.
Oh, I think we're a little bit frozen.
You're back? There you are.
Yep,
you're back.
I'm back.
Sorry, Jaden is synonymous with snuffing out the candle before it's melted. Yeah. So
every time I have to go and remelt it.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. So we thought a workaround would be to scoop the outside and then let it melt in it, and that hasn't worked. The candle has a memory because it's still tunneling even though I thought I'd melted it.
Yeah, and you've got to be careful because the wick also shortens with it. So the wicks that I use are self-trimming. So once they light, they should just keep at the normal level so you don't have to keep re-trimming them.
Oh, okay.
And they will trim down to the wax level that it's been burnt. So if you have too much wax there and it's been pushed into the old wax, then it won't, your wick will get too short and it will completely destroy the candle.
So self-trimming, so because I've still been, if there is any kind of, and your candles don't get mushrooming as such, but there's just that little bit at the top. I always trim that top off just to prevent the smoking. Is that okay, or should I not be doing that?
No, that's fine. It's really personal preference. I'm lazy, so I don't trim mine once they've been lit. But
well, if you don't, I won't.
Lots of nice care with their candles, then yeah, go for it. There's no harm.
Okay. I love it. Now, you did mention if you want to blow out or put the lid on. I'm afraid that I'm going to burn the wood.
I wouldn't do it at the start. Personally,
no. So when it's down,
it just takes the oxygen out of the container, which stops the flame. However, you can get a little candle snuffler, they call it, and it's just a little thing that goes on top. If someone's had some of those, they look cute on mantelpieces sometimes. So people
and super fancy. I feel like I need to get like candle trimming scissors. Candle trimming scissors and cute little snuffers.
They're on their way.
Okay, perfect. So I was like, I think maybe we need to look into this further, Michaela. Do you have any? Yeah, you always do. Do you have any other candle care tips at all?
There's not really too much care with these. They're pretty, like, go with the flow, I like to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just when they get down to the bottom, you can empty them out with the wax. So you can reuse the container. All I do is simply boil the kettle, put the hot water in, let it sit there for a few hours until it's cold, and then the leftover wax on the bottom, which should be only a tiny amount below the wick, will then float to the top, and you could push it down, and it will be like a biscuit, so nice and hard. And the wax will be there.
With the actual, like with the wick bit.
No, so the wick will stay in. But they've only just been slightly attached on, so you can just pull them off with a finger or a nail. Most of the time. Otherwise, a little bit of force is needed. But
so boiling water poured into the candle when it's done, and then it will rise to the top, but like a hard wax melt type thing. Oh, could you then take it out and put it? Oh, I don't know if it's I know I keep these. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. So could you then maybe put that remaining melt bit in like a melt pot thing? Would that work, or no?
No, because you've mixed the hot water with it.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't do it. I know some people
even more reusable.
Some people put a little hole through the biscuit that comes out. So once the wax is dried, it's in a little biscuit, and then put it on top of their existing wick. But I've tried that, and it doesn't give the best scent throw either because it's been mixed with water.
Yeah, no. Okay, cool. We won't do that. But that's a great tip. I'm really keen to try that. Although I get away with just giving you my empties and you take care of it. So so what would you say has been the biggest lesson you've learnt along the way since starting your business?
I think it's just managing my time. Because I'm still working full-time now, so I'm back in full-time work. And for a moment then I did stop for a little while just because I was getting back into the swing of working full-time after having so long off. But yeah, refinding my passion has been a big thing, and then also just putting that time away as like my self-time to do my thing. And to be honest, there's still so many things to learn about businesses. I only learned this year how to do a tax return for a business.
Yeah, no, it's I don't think anyone would expect that after a year that you would know everything about business. So there's going to be heaps of lessons along the way, I'm sure. And I'm here if you have any questions. Been there, done that. I do. Oh, thank you. But it is really funny, and I know I said in my Instagram post too, I feel like there are so many synergies with the way that we started our business, and so it's really lovely to kind of to see someone and you know, so closely, go through these same sort of steps in a similar kind of industry, you know, so it's really great to see. So we have, oh gee, I wonder who at Blue Jay is. What has been the best way to sell your candles?
Oh, the best way for me has been online and through family and friends. I've had a lot of
Yeah.
family and friends support me at the start, but yeah, I do have a website that I sell my candles online with and continue to do, and so far it's worked out quite well.
Yeah.
Eventually,
Do you do
hopefully
markets? When
No,
I was going to
hope-
say, we should do markets together. I
We
want to
should do
start
one
doing
together.
them when they start. Yeah, that would
Let's do
actually
it.
work really well.
Another
Yeah,
idea.
no, I've investigated it. I know exactly which ones, and have kind of done my research around it. But then lockdown happened, so yeah, poor
Yeah,
timing.
let's do it.
Yeah, all right, done. So if lockdown lifts, we can safely say we will do one before Christmas together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I love it. High five. So what are your plans for, so you said you've got some ideas brewing, with some products and side products. Are you able to let us in on any secrets or any new fragrances
yeah.
you're thinking of?
Yeah, so fragrances are still up in the air. I'm in my testing phase, so they will come out, I'm hoping, within the next month or two. However, I do have my normal staple, what I like to call my staple collection, so my black and my whites.
Yeah.
And they're my regular scents that are sold in there. However, my next collection is going to be something a little bit more luxe.
No problem.
That information's more to come. Something a little bit luxe. And maybe with a wooden wig.
Yes, I love it. So have you played with wooden wicks yet?
I have played with a few. Still getting the dimensions right. So the wicks are completely different to cotton wicks. But yeah, no, I love the sound of the crackle though that you hear when you light them.
Yeah, I haven't. I've wanted to try one before, but I haven't yet. And I love that idea of sounding like a crackling fire, you know. I just, yeah, I don't know why. I just guess I haven't. But, you know, now you know who you can test on.
Yeah, well, you'll get one soon.
Yay. So we've got so a great collaboration works. Yeah, collaborating is so important in business, whether it be in businesses that I've owned or in businesses that I've worked in. Collaboration is the key to life, really. I'm a huge believer of working it out and seeing how you can both or multiple people benefit from a collaboration. I think it's great, and it's nice because you work by yourself, so it's
it's fun to work with you. We have fun.
Oh, thank you. I know. Okay, so Jess, yes. So when you purchase a candle on our website, we use fastway couriers, or Aramex now, and we've just changed over from Sendle because Sendle lost some big packages, so no more Sendle. No. So we're using Aramex or Australia Post. So yeah, you can head onto the website or just message me or message Michaela. Tash, oh hi Tash, we miss you. Another
Tash,
P&O
how are
buddy
you?
there.
Hi Taylor.
So I thought, I don't want to give too much away about what we've been working on, but this is like the greatest collaboration of all time.
This is so exciting.
It is so exciting. I'm going to give you a few, and actually, you know what? Even if I give them a hint, it's going to be really obvious. So no, I'm not going to give you. It incorporates. Well, it's a candle that we're working on together. That incorporates a touch of Pink Hibiscus and a touch of S1994 Candles by Michaela, and then a little extra. And it is going to be super luxe, and I've been testing the one that Michaela made for me, and it's freaking beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad.
So yeah. So it's so nearly perfect. Like it's so nearly perfect. So I'm super excited to launch these new products. And I think we're aiming for a launch in time for you to be able to buy them as Christmas presents. So, did I tell you that, Michaela? Did I actually tell you that was what the deadline was?
No, but we can definitely make that.
Okay, good. We love it. We love it. Okay, so let's move on to some beauty questions. We're going to do the Pink Hibiscus rapid fire, learn a bit more about what your skincare rituals look like.
Oh, God, this isn't any good, but hey.
No, it was really funny because I did get a sneak peek of her answers, and things that she thinks are simple are things that a lot of people would think were quite, intense. So I think it's looking good. So first up, what is the best beauty advice you've ever been given?
Drink lots of water for my skin. It keeps it hydrated. So, hydrated from within.
Yep, and you've got beautiful skin, so you're clearly hydrating very well. What is the one skincare product you can't live without?
I love a good clay mask. Just leave it on for a good 15 minutes, and I feel like it next morning, wakes up, boom, good skin.
Yeah. It's I did a live last night that was your skincare questions answered, and there were so many people that had questions around maskne and lockdown skin and congestion and all of that sort of thing. And I was saying that my preference is clay or mud masks as opposed to sheet masks, which a lot of people are buying. You can get them cheaply at Kmart and Mecca and all these places.
It's easy as well.
It's easy, all of that, but I just really don't feel that the benefits are anywhere near as good as a good old clay or mud mask.
No,
so
I agree.
Brilliant. And how often would you use a mask?
At the moment, I'm using it maybe once a week, and then I do a sheet hydration mask once a week as well.
Yeah.
Just because, masking.
Yeah,
Wearing my mask out to the shops, I'm just feeling the sweat underneath. It's just not pleasant.
No, it really isn't. And if you do want some, if anyone wants some tips around maskne and how to either avoid it or how to treat it, then you can hit on our IGTV when this is done, of course. And I answer all those questions in that video, your skincare questions answered. What is your favorite Pink Hibiscus product and why?
The body smoother.
Yay.
I remember the first day I think you gave it to Nick to give to me at work, and back in the original packaging with the white lid, love it. Exfoliates everything, makes me feel nice, it smells divine, and doesn't dry my skin out. A lot of other products.
Yay. No, it's my baby. It really is. I love it. I love it so much. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it during winter. I mean, try it all the time, but winter especially. Now, what does your morning skincare routine or ritual look like?
So my morning one is just a hot. Okay, so here's a topic: hot face washer or flannel, whichever people call them.
I say face washer. Flannel is flannel a very British thing, I think, and I think it's a bit. Is it British?
Isn't it? I get it from my parents, so I thought it was a Kiwi thing, but maybe it's a British.
I was going to say, or it's a Kiwi thing too, because that's what Nick says, flannel.
Yeah. So
and when I say flannel, I think flannelette pajamas.
Oh yeah, I get that. But yeah, just hot water in a flannel, and then just some hyaluronic acid serum and a good moisturizer. Sometimes most of the time I put on a SPF in my, what's it called, BB cream, my tinted BB cream every day as well.
Bushley88, aka my husband, says it's British. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
I'm really impressed. You're watching from downstairs. I think this is the first time he has. Very exciting times.
Well,
and there you go. And then Anne saying it's American. It's something, whatever you want to call it. Now, two things there. So you mentioned hot water. How hot? Because this is another conversation that came up, a topic that came up last night about hot versus lukewarm.
I'm a bit naughty and I go hot just because
Okay.
I love hot. I'm a person that takes a really hot shower, when you probably shouldn't. But yeah, I go warm in summer. I will actually go a lot colder. Go maybe just a lukewarm. But yeah, I do like the
Okay.
hot, though I most likely shouldn't be.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about last night. So if your skin is irritated or you are experiencing maskne or any other type of irritation or rosacea or anything, hot water exacerbates it.
Yeah.
But the other thing that it does is it brings out broken capillaries. And so that's why I had to go get lasered, because I liked my hot showers very hot.
Yeah,
And so
it's
I
a
got all these
problem.
broken capillaries, and yeah. So just keep an eye on the temp. Just as a favour to me,
No
keep an eye on the
taken. That's
temperature.
been new tonight.
Yeah. And do you cleanse in the morning, or you're just using water
I
and?
just water. Because I cleanse
Okay.
every night. So I have a
Okay.
shower every night before I jump into bed, and yeah, just
Yeah.
double cleanse then.
Okay. Can I suggest trying cleansing in the morning?
Okay.
Because water's not really removing anything, and your skin's doing a lot of repairing overnight.
Yeah.
And you've put, and we'll get to your evening ritual, but you've put stuff on at night that you then, when you're putting the hyaluronic acid on top of that, you're putting it on top of everything from the night before,
No,
and
that's a
any
good point.
gunk that your skin has gotten rid of. So just introduce a cleanse in the morning and see, I think you'll really notice a difference.
Okay.
And the other thing is as well, hyaluronic acid should never be put on dry skin. So using a spritz, or just not drying your face off, just letting
Yeah.
it kind of air dry a bit, and then use the hyaluronic acid, because an active should never be put on perfectly dry skin. So
Okay.
just a couple things there. But I love it, and I love that you're using a hyaluronic acid as well. It's a great addition to your routine, and you're young too, and you're starting it young, so that's brilliant. Even better. So take us through your evening skincare ritual.
So first thing I usually do is take my makeup off, and then I will cleanse. Then I will use the same serum and just a normal moisturizer. I did use a night cream, but I found it really made my skin purge, and after 2 months, it still wasn't any good. So back to the original one that I used.
Yeah, I mean, especially at your age, I'm someone who doesn't really believe in the whole night cream thing. I don't. It's and it's controversial,
Like
but
you
that's
don't
not
need them.
something that it's really, I believe it's a marketing term. And at the end of the day, if you feel you need added nourishment, you're using a hyaluronic acid. You can introduce an oil, and that will actually do a much better job than getting a thick cream that sits on the surface of your skin and doesn't penetrate. But it's called a night cream. So no, I think you've definitely got, pet peeve. Cream should just absorb. If it's doing its job, it needs to penetrate the skin. What's it doing sitting on the top? Like, nah. So if we were to take a sneak peek into your handbag right now, what beauty products would we find? Because none of us are carrying around handbags because we're at home all the time, but
I'm
if it wasn't
terrible
locked
with
down.
handbags anyway. I'm terrible with them. I literally just carry a purse sometimes. But at the moment, you would find a staple lip balm and just hand sanitizer.
Love it. I always had hand sanitizer in my bag. Like, I've had hand sanitizer in my bag forever. I just like the fact that I don't get made fun of anymore, because everyone said I was a germaphobe before, and now, everyone wants my hand sanitizer. So
Well,
I don't know what I was made fun of.
I always had it in mind anyway, just from working around on the ships when we were on deployment. So it was always something that good old Julie used to drill into me to take prior to this whole COVID situation. So
I know, right? We're so ahead of the game, Michaela. I
you
tell
know
you.
about
that. What would you consider your greatest achievement?
That's a hard one, because
you've achieved a lot.
I think it's just stepping into the unknown and getting through I know that getting stood down from my old job was hard. Going from, doing such an important role, especially when COVID initially hit, and then going, oh, there's nothing to do now. And then having the courage to be able to step in and create these and then share them with everyone and do what I do now. So at the moment, it would be that, starting S9094 candles.
I think that that is an amazing achievement, and I like the way. No, I don't even like. I love the way that you turned a negative situation into a positive and something that may potentially be a new career for you. Out of something that was so negative.
No, thank you. That's really nice to hear.
So what is the greatest life lesson that you have learned so far?
You can't give, what I like to tell people is you can't give your all to something if your cup isn't full. So you need to make sure that you're happy, you're at your best before you can help others.
Very good advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome advice.
And I did learn that from your husband.
We all need to learn. From my husband, yeah. Yes. Well, he did come on and say that he wanted to see you, which is great. He doesn't want to see me clearly on my lives because he's never logged in before, but awesome. Thank you, Nick. Yes, Nick is very good at teaching that lesson. He needs to repeat it to me daily.
We all need a reminder every now and again.
We do. But it's so true. It is. It's great advice. And it is, and you mentioned the flight attendants. It's you put your own gas mask on first before you help someone else.
Yep.
As selfish as that sounds, it's not selfish. See, even the flight attendants tell us to do it.
That's when you know you worked in travel, Natalie.
Yeah, I know. What piece of advice would you give your younger self?
I think it would just to be kinder to myself, and basically, if people say you can't do it, just go for it.
Yeah, I love
don't hold back.
I love that.
No failure, you learn so many things. So
yeah, and I don't really believe that there is such a thing as failure. I think it's a word that is used too often. Yeah. But I think that people do kind of go, oh, I failed. And it's that whole pass fail mentality of school. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, no, did you learn something out of it? Will you do it again? It can be such a benefit. And you are someone who, my goodness, you do so much and you throw yourself into jobs or new businesses or sport or social activities or whatever it is, you throw yourself into and everything, and something that is, when I think of Michaela, I think of you kind of putting your hand up and going, yeah, I'll do it, I'll come with you, I'll do it, yes, okay, and which is amazing. But going back to that, making sure your cup is full, I think that's and you're learning that now as well with having to balance business and a full-time job as well. But you're doing a brilliant job, and I'm so proud of you. And I love them so much. And look, I've been approached by a lot of candle companies to stock on Pink Hibiscus, and none of them compare to this. And I wasn't going, I was like, oh, no. And then I tried your candles and I couldn't not. So, and I love that you clearly thought about my packaging when you were designing yours. That helps.
They're nice. They suit. They go with everything.
They're perfect. They're absolutely perfect. Well, we've got a few people watching. Does anyone have any questions? We've got a little bit of time. Does anyone have any candle questions for Michaela, or any other questions she'd be willing to answer that are PG? If you do, you can pop them in the comments. But I am really looking forward to trying the next version of our collaborative candle. And I have some more things for you to try.
Yay.
Ringwald was like,
paint.
I'm not going to tell anyone anything, but you know. But anyway, look, if anyone has any questions at all, you can comment on the post on my Instagram grid, and we can get back to you with answers. But thank you so much. Being my first guest back on Pink Hibiscus Live after a year.
This was fun.
Yeah, see? Nothing to be worried about. It's just like we're chatting and there's just other people watching us chat. Awesome.
Woo.
Well, thank you so much, Michaela, and thank you everyone for watching. I will be back next Thursday night with another Pink Hibiscus Live, and I will let you know who the guest is very soon. But Michaela, keep us up to date with all your exciting things. And yeah, look forward to letting you all know what we're working on.
Well, I'm excited for you all to find out.
Thanks, honey. You have a beautiful night. Bye.